everyone! We've had so many questions about our latest Canyon Hills market update that we put together this overview. Let's listen in.
So you're thinking about buying or selling in Canyon Hills? Well, you need to know that the old rules, they just don't apply anymore. The market has definitely shifted. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly what's happening right now, as of January 2026, and use the latest local data to give you a really clear advantage. Let's jump right in. And right off the bat, this is the single most important thing to understand. If you remember the absolute frenzy of the last few years, the lines out the door, offers flying way over the asking price. Yeah, that period is officially over. We are in a totally new environment now. Here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll look at the big picture shift happening in the community. Then, we'll dig into the hard data. The numbers don't lie. After that, we've got specific playbooks for both buyers and for sellers. And to wrap it all up, we'll zoom out and see what this all means for the long haul. Okay, so let's talk about this new playing field. Look, Canyon Hills is still one of the most sought-after communities in the entire Inland Empire, there's no doubt about that. But the actual dynamics of how you get a deal done, they have completely transformed. And it's really no wonder why it's still so popular, right? You've got this incredible family-focused, almost resort-like lifestyle. I mean, with that massive 18-acre community park, multiple pools, and fantastic schools like Cottonwood Canyon Elementary, the core appeal of this place hasn't changed one bit. But here's the crucial change: the market itself. We are officially moving into what experts call a balanced market. And what that really means is that the days of sellers holding all the cards, those are gone. Now it's a much more even negotiation between both sides of the table. But hey, don't just take my word for it. The data, the numbers, they tell the entire story. So let's dive in and see exactly how this all breaks down. First up, let's talk price. The median home price in Canyon Hills right now is sitting right around $615,000. This gives us a really solid baseline for what things are currently worth in the community. But here's the key piece of context. That median price is actually down about 4% compared to this same time last year. Now, that's not a crash by any means, but it is a very clear signal that the market is finally stabilizing after that period of crazy rapid growth. And this number right here, this is what the end of the bidding wars looks like. The average home is now getting about 2 offers. Just think back a couple of years ago. Seeing 5, 10, maybe even more offers was totally normal. It is a completely different world out there for buyers today. Now, this might be the most powerful number for buyers on the board. Almost half, 46% of all the homes for sale have had to lower their asking price. That tells you that sellers are adjusting their expectations to meet the market, which, for a buyer, creates huge opportunities to negotiate. So when you put it all together, the data points to one clear trend. Homes are just sitting on the market longer, somewhere between 48 and 84 days. And even with a little less inventory out there, only 1/4 of homes are actually selling above their asking price. The big takeaway here is that most deals are now happening at or even below the list price. Okay, so what does all this mean for you if you're out there looking to buy a home? Well, it means there's a new set of rules. And if you know them, you have a serious advantage. Just look at this contrast. It's night and day. It used to be a total seller's game, all about bidding wars, where buyers had to give up all their protections just to compete. Today, it's all about negotiation. You actually have the room to ask for repairs, for closing costs, and for other concessions that were just unthinkable a year or two ago. So, here's your game plan for 2026. The key is to leverage your new power. Be patient. Target those homes that have been on the market for a little while, say 60 days or more, because those sellers are often the most motivated. And don't you dare be afraid to negotiate for things like closing costs, because the data shows the odds are in your favor to strike a great deal. All right, let's flip the coin. If you're a seller, this doesn't mean you can't get a great price for your home. Of course you can. It just means your strategy has to be smarter and way more precise than it used to be. To win as a seller in 2026, you need 3 things. First, you have to price it right from day one to get that immediate interest. Second, you have to make your home look amazing with professional staging and photos. That's totally non-negotiable now. And finally, you gotta highlight what makes your home special. Is it a great view? Is it on a quiet cul-de-sac? Shout it from the rooftops. And please, this is the critical warning for every single seller out there. If you try to test the market by pricing too high, you're just gonna end up sitting there for months and probably get less than if you just priced it right from the start. price it competitively, and you can still create that buzz and drive the final price up. So, with all this talk about stabilization and price adjustments, what does it all mean for the future? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture for Canyon Hills as a long-term investment. The best way to think about 2026 is not as some kind of downturn, but as a stabilization year. It's actually a healthy, necessary correction that brings the market back into balance. And for buyers, this stabilization creates a really interesting window of opportunity. And let's not forget the long-term story here. Over the last decade, real estate in the Lake Elsinore area has appreciated by a massive 116%. The fundamental value and appeal of this region are incredibly strong, which suggests this little pause we're seeing is just that, a pause, not a reversal. Which really brings us to our final thought. You've got a market that's finally balanced, it's offering opportunities we haven't seen in years, and it's all happening in an area with a proven history of incredible long-term growth. It really begs the question, doesn't it? Is the stability we're seeing today just the calm before the next climb begins? Now that's something to think about.
We hope that this gave you some clarity on where the Canyon Hills market is heading in 2026. Data is important, but we know that every family's situation is unique. Whether you're curious about your specific home's value in today's balanced market, or you're looking for a strategic advantage as a buyer, Josephine and Raj are here to help. Contact them today.